Well, good afternoon my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and I've been watching a few videos of late, and of course we're at the last day of 2019 and people are putting up the videos for the last day of 2019, so I'll follow suit, and I'm going to do a big watering day in a few minutes when I've done this video. And because although the mounts were watered yesterday, the Phalaenopsis ones, the species and the primary hybrids, they're ready to be watered. And I noticed this yesterday, can you see under there? And this was watered. You wouldn't believe that with the bark, that looks dry, but this is the Sidera japonica, and this is my first blooming, so I'm really chuffed about that. And then we've got live roots there, and we've got live roots there. So, and this is the shelving now, as you see it, with the afternoon sun. It's we've had a lovely couple of days, and the sun comes streaming in through the windows. And of course, in the morning it hits the other side, but this afternoon now, it's hitting this side. And that's the Vanda curvifolia. That's the larger of the two. I've actually lost one, the smaller of the three Vandas. It didn't. Well, I found a leaf and I thought, well, I wonder where that leaf's come from. And then I noticed when I touched it, it just fell. So that's the demise of one in semi-hydro. And this is the Cattleya. Let's just make sure. Oh, it's Labiata var Cerulean. And there's that new growth, can you see? So that's in this semi-hydro, but there's plenty of moisture in there. And I don't know whether you'll see here with all this light. That's the little species Tolumnia scandens. Can you see in the dappled light? That doesn't like to be in full light at all. And there's the Dendrobium hildepoxen. That got watered yesterday. And these are the little tiny Masdevallias. They don't look so tiny now, do they? And that's the other one that's blooming. I decided to bring them back over here. I had them nearer the window, and believe it or not, they don't like the full sun. So I brought them back over here, and even though they look dusty, they were watered yesterday. That's another one, the Dendrobium famosum Myanmar, that I've just put with some live moss, because this has dropped every leaf. But I've put it in like semi-hydro, but this pot here is just filled with live moss, just to see whether it'll produce any roots, because that one's struggling. And of course this is another of the little Masdevallias, and that's got a new growth just there. And of course this is the little Stellus that I've repotted into moss. And so I just pick them up each day and just check them, and if they're if the moss feels a little bit oops, see, there's always water at the bottom. If the moss felt a little bit dry, I would I'd just spray it with some rainwater. And so if we just go down onto this shelf, this is the Dendrobium crimomentum. And this will get probably watered later, and we've got a new, it can't be flower. It's not my luck to get a flower. I think that might be a keiki, but we'll take that. And that's the Dendrobium, the Phragmipedium. This is the one that I bought, oh maybe it isn't, oh yes, from Madeira 2015 as a little seedling. And this is this is the old growth, but you see it's sending out a new one, and that's the new growth this last year. So, and that one I've just the, do you remember the Dendrobium Lee Chang Yi Miriam? That's Secundum by Sameli. I've actually put that, rather than have it on the wood, it's got that tiny little growth, but on checking it, there was no live roots underneath, and you can't have that, you've got to have roots. So I've put that in, as I call, a moss pot, and we'll just see how we go on with that. And of course that's the Fias Tankenvillia. And is anything happening here? Don't look on this bottom shelf. Oh goodness gracious, let's have a look, because it's quite a big one. I don't lift this up very often. So we've got that new growth there, and we've got something coming there. So, oh well, we'll have to just see. I mean, I've had this a couple of years now, so it should be thinking about doing something, hopefully. And of course those are the Hoyas, which will get watered later. And this is of course where all the Vandas are, and all the Vandaceous types. And this is where the sun comes in now, and it bathes them in this lovely, it's very warm here, and I've got a jumper on, so I'm going to be sweating cobs soon. But they're all there, you see. Even the big one, the Vanda Kultana Gold by Dr. Anek, still flowering, just catches the light there. That one's turned the wrong way, but it still catches the warmth and the light. And of course that's the Dendrobium Chrysotoxum, and that's of course that Hoya canosa tricolour. That actually, believe it or not, dries out very, very quickly. So what else have I done this last week? Well, I decided in the end to actually mount this Cattleya Forbesii. And the reason I wanted to mount it is I had it in a little pot like this one, in semi-hydro, and I didn't like it. So I've mounted this, and there's plenty of room behind there, and that was the smaller of the two. And it doesn't like actually the full sun, so I've put it up here, and you see there, that's behind the Alacera Samurai, which is growing. And this one here, this is the Dendrobium Dawn Marie by Rung Camel, and that's doing fine. It's in this method, this semi-hydro, but I let it run dry before I introduce any more water. Now I've just had to put the humidifier on, and you'll see, I don't know if you'll see the temperature there, 22.9, 54% humidity. And when the sun comes in like this, the humidity drops like a stone. And of course this is the Scaphoglottis, and here we have the Cattleya Walkeriana, doing very well, absolutely loves it. And then I've got this wand light on above us, so this one actually can get the sunlight, but then it also gets the full light from the full spectrum wand here. Of course that's that nice Phalaenopsis, or it's a rebloom, but it's only given me 2 blooms this time, but we're not worried. And if I can manage to get this one down, let me show you. This is the, if I can come out of there, so this is the Dendrobium Pendulum. I wonder if it'll allow me to just put it on there. And there's that new growth. Can you see that new growth there? It's probably in too much light here for you. That one's, the little leaf, it's dying back a bit, but we're still hanging on to that leaf. and we've got a little tiny bud there. But is it a flower bud? I'm not too sure. And the problem with this one is that it's actually a winter rester. But then I've got a bud there, you see, that's where the flower buds come from. But then again, I suppose keikis could come from there as well. But while it's got that new little growth, I'm just watering it sparingly. There's this Phalaenopsis here. This is the one that I sent out that second inflorescence. The one that was a little white one, and it bloomed its little heart out, didn't it? And then it sent another one. That'll get watered and fed again today. But that one, oh, that one goes that way. And these are two of the bandaceous types. This getting the sun, and that's where the Vanda curvifolia is. And of course this is that hybrid one that has been flowering for weeks, and loves it up there, absolutely loves it. Oh, I saved these, you know, and then I come in and I can't find them, so I'm going to put that one down there so I know where it is. And of course those are the Hoyas. And if we take it back down now and round under the shelves, this is another chrysotoxum, and that's in a wicking one, but it seems to be doing very well there. And that's the maxillaria. So and that's also due for a feed and a water. And in this corner here, I'll bring it out. This is the pileatum, catasetum, pileatum giant, yellow giant, and we've got one root there, but all the others are heading straight down. So I've just put a little amount of water at the bottom, because what I don't want is this pseudobulb to completely desiccate. And all the other roots, there's a couple going round that way, but I think the majority are heading down, so that's the one that came and then abruptly went into dormancy. And these are just some of the phals doing exceptionally well. Just under here, all of them. And these will have to be watered today, there's no problem. And this one, this is in like semi-hydro, this is the Barker aria, and got a new little growth coming there. You probably won't see it, but there's no water level in that now. And these are the two little Tolumnias that these were watered yesterday in those two little tiny pots. And that's another nice Phalaenopsis there. That's improving now since I've been feeding and watering them properly. Look at the new leaves coming. That's a sign of a happy plant. And this one here, this is the Phragmipedium Olaf Gross, and I put this in semi-hydro and it's stopped rotting, and I think those two little growths are growing. So I'm thrilled to bits about that one. And this one also is in semi-hydro. You see the water level's nearly down. And this is that Sologeny, the species one. Now whether or not this will ever survive, I've no idea. It's one of those that, well, you do or you don't. And this one's been going downhill rapidly this year, and I've put this in a plastic container, turned it upside down, and this is the Dendrobium polyanthum cinnamon primulinum. No roots. But if we turn it over, see, got water in there, and all that is full of live moss. And we just put the label back in, and that'll go under there on that shelf. And these here, of course, this is the big Coleogeny Burfordiense. These are the 2 new leaves this time, and that's doing very well. And that's the Cattleya Pastoral Innocence, and that's the newest growth, which I'm thrilled to bits about, because this is never flowered yet. Well, it's never had a chance to flower because I keep changing its media, but I think now that'll be fine. And this is the Gonza Lecco Long Island. That's due to be watered today. And of course that's the Oncidium Powii. So, oh, and this is the Bifrönara Sweet Lime. That's supposed to have a winter dormancy, but I still keep it a little bit hydrated. And on the top here we're looking at Sergioara Yukusuko Story and new growth. Well, I'm thinking it's a new growth down there. And roots, can you see the roots? And no, I don't know what that is. There's something coming there. Wouldn't that be marvellous if that was a flower? But there's definitely something coming. And because it has flowered before, you can see. Oh, that would be wonderful if that was to flower for me. Oh, and there's this little growth here. There's something else coming down there. Marvellous. And this is the Cattleya Pamela Hetherington. Now this is struggled a bit, but that's alright now. That's doing really well. This one here is the Hieroglyphica. I just had a spot come there, and I was a little bit worried about that. I thought, now what's that spot just developed? So I've put cinnamon on that. Again, you see that's ready to be watered. And that bottom leaf, it's probably going to abort that bottom leaf. And this is the Rincatlianthe Fu Shu Glory Happy Holiday, and that's got that new growth there. So what more can you ask? And these 2 up front here, that one and the one a little bit further along, they're both the same plant, and they're that's Rhynchocattleya RLC Pink Diamond. I don't know if they're there. Roots, can you see? So that's settling down nicely. And let's just step up here. What I don't want to do is cause you to get blinded by the light. I was just looking if there's anything coming in that leaf axil there. And this is the Procatavolia Little Green Stars. Oh, just little, oh, Procatavolia Jarak Green Star. And that's doing very well. That's planted in charcoal, and now it's just got the inorganic media around it. And if we look at this one, this is the other one of the BLC Pink Diamond, and you can see that lovely big new growth there. Yep. And this big humongous thing here. Now where's my label gone? Oh, it's my label. And that's Cattleya Dusky made by Bruce Randall. And now I just have to mention, that's right, just bear with me a minute. I've got that many leaves here. If you're not careful, you know. And yeah, got nice roots. Don't know whether you can see those roots. So back it goes, gently does it, and that of course is the big Laelia purpurata. And I'm sweating gobstone here. This is the Cattleya, no, Laelia, Cattleya, Balm, where's my label gone? Elsie Barmanzil Palm, this one here, that's the newest growth, and that's one of those, this is the Cattleya violacea that I mounted, and although it's dropping a leaf, it's fine, the rest of it's fine. And if we show you this one, if we can, with the roots, let's take it this way round, and of course this is the Laelia rupescens, and that's the newest growth there, down there, and the it's got the branching root system, and they'll get water today because with it being in the window they soon dry up, these two soon dry up very quickly. And this one here with a nice root, and that's the Cattleya labi, oh no, this is labata, and got a new growth there. Can you see that new growth coming there? And we've got that root there, so I'll put that up there. And this is the Laelia autumnalis, Todd's Tropicals. This is actually flowered, but no such luck for me. But now where did I see it? There's a new growth somewhere, because I thought, oh, that's brilliant. Got an, oh, it's right down there, and I don't think you'll see it. There. You see, a little tiny new growth. So, up to now, it's doing okay up in this window here. And I'll stay on this little step and show you the shelf over here. And can you see the angled poise there? The Keith's got that, it came today. And I've got one in the centre light as well, so I can actually, this is the full spectrum light, so this is going to be you know, illuminating all this side over here. And these are the two little mini phalaenopsis that I got from Tesco, and I've not watered them yet. They've had no water, they've gone pale, but I might not water these today. And they've not been watered since the 10th of December, and we've still got one that's going to blast, and we've got another little one there that's going to blast. And there's the other one. You see the other one? It's just dropping a flower there, and that's the other one that I got no roots, one of my retirement ones, and I put live moss round it. Now there's the other one, which is a rebloom, my first rebloom of this one, so that's doing fine. And if we look here, that's another one that's got a spike, and that's a rebloom for me also. And these are just some that are up here doing very well, although they will be watered shortly. And that's the Dendrobium Gatton Sunray. That's an awarded one. And this one, I'm dead chuffed to show you this one. If it'll let me just show you, because the label's in the way. But can you see through there? I've got a root. Oh, a root. I tell you, I'm so excited about that root. And I've had this as a loose division, 27th of June, 19. And of course I cracked that cane, and the flower blackened the sheath, but I've got a root coming out of it now. See, this one is in the semi-hydro, but look, there's no water yet, and this one will be wonderful because it's in this container, and it's not clear, so it will won't get us with the algae, or algae, Anyway, so these are all going to get watered today. These got watered just before going away to relatives over Christmas. There's this other little one with a nice little inflorescence, a little no idea. These are all the small ones, the miniature ones, all growing nicely. That's the little Dendrobium lamellatum, all growing lovely. Yeah, I've only had one loss, and with this method, and I've put the the Pathiopedilum colourpekingii in it, and look, got a new growth. So this is the other one, which is Path Rothschildianum, Giant Wings by Titanic, and that's got a new little leaf coming through that way. And these are just, I think this is Amboyance, and this is of course the lovely, what's this one, Phalaenopsis tetraspis purple. See, still growing. Maybe these won't flower until the spring, you see, and that's the Phalaenopsis tetraspis. And this one is Phalaenopsis cornucervi var chataladi, or the lady, and that's still adjusting, but it's still living. And these are the frags, of course. And I've got frags on the top shelf. See? Frags, new little growths. They're all doing very, very well. And bottom shelf. This is the Rinco Stylus Gigantica. And I have this little piece of wood. And you see? That doesn't need watering yet. And there's that nice, you probably won't see, there's a nice green root there. So until that turns pale, that won't get watered. And this one, sorry about the backdrop with the light. This of course is the, it's a shame you can't see that, can you? It's the, here we go. It's Angraecum sesquipedale. There we go. Sorry about the lighting. And that's doing well there. And that is the Fred Clarkaria. The Fred Clarkaria. Dropped all its leaves. Now it's in dormancy. So that will just stay there until the spring, when I see signs of life, and then it will be potted up in the PET method. And these are the big frags here. I don't look at them only when I pull them down to water. So if there's any spikes, I won't know until, like I say, I bring them down. And I'm not on my step now, so you're only getting a partial view upwards like this, vertical. But there we go. So thank you for joining me, and I'm going to wish you all a happy new year. May you all have good health and happiness during 2020, and we'll be back next year. Bye bye now.